Hey guys. Okay, so I it was pointed out to me um today actually by a friend of mine that I have not celebrated hitting six figures in my business. I never did that. So, today I am celebrating officially having a six-figure year in my business. So, I got new pom-poms in my brand colors. So I'm super excited about this. Um, so y'all, like that's kind of a big freaking deal. So I'm really excited about it. I was like, I'm even breaking out the sequins today. Um, yeah, like I know that is a big goal for a lot of people. I wasn't sure if I was really going to celebrate this publicly, but I'm like, no, I'm celebrating that because that's like a big deal. And a lot of businesses, a lot of people that come to me are like, that's a big goal that they have for themselves. And so I wanted to celebrate that um, because one of really, something that I realized my purpose was as well was to show people what's possible. And that's one of the things that I wanted you to know is possible for you too. If I can do it, you can do it too. Um, and I have a much bigger goal for this year too. Um, I surpassed six figures this past year. I have a much bigger goal for this year. So stay tuned. But what I want to talk to you about today is how I was able to hit six figures without the overwhelm. Because I for a long time I got stuck and was stressed and trying to figure out all the things like how am I going to do this? How am I going to earn this money? How am I going to replace my six-figure income from my corporate job? Um, and I know that that's something that a lot of you struggle with too. Is like how am I going to get these sales in? How am I going to get this revenue in? How am I going to do all of the things? How am I going to balance family and the just growing the business? Some of you still have 9-to-5 jobs and all of the things. And you have this goal of hitting six figures too. And you're like, how do I do that with all of the things? So I know that as you're trying to build your business, as you are trying to market yourselves, you are online. You're on the interwebs and on social media and things like that. And so I want to just ask you guys right now, how many social media platforms are you currently on? Let me know in the chat. Like, how many social media platforms are you currently on? Just give me a number. I'm kind of curious, like how many you're on right now. Because when I was, let me just see right now, like how many you're currently on. And then, and if you don't mind, let me know which ones you're on. So, when I was trying to grow my business, of course I do Facebook, Instagram, and I was looking back at some of my landing pages and things that I had built at that point when I was stuck. And I was like, you know how it has that bar that you can add on to your pages with all of the social media shares, like pages that were not shares, but where you can put like all of the different icons of the social media pages where people can connect with you. Okay, 3 or 4. Good. Okay. Which ones are you on? And I had like this long bar of all of the different social media platforms that I was on. And I knew in my head, even though I had accounts on all of those, I was not actively posting on all of those. I really was only active on a couple of them. But I thought that I needed to be on all of them. Like I thought, because I was seeing people who were far ahead of me that were on like every platform, and they were like posting content on all of these platforms all the time, and it was great content. And I'm like, okay, so I got to do that too. But I was like, but I've got this 9-to-5 job. I've got, a young child. I've got a husband. I'm doing other things, like I'm volunteering, I'm doing all these things. How is it possible? Like, do they just not sleep? Because I already was not sleeping. I was getting up super early in the morning. I was to work on my business before I went into my job. And then I would come home, or excuse me, even at like on my lunch break, I would go and work on my business at lunch. And then I would come and finish the workday, go and get my daughter. And then after I got her to bed at night, then I would work on the business some more. And I would sleep like this much every night, trying to do all of the things. So how many of you are like doing hashtag all the things, right? Does that sound familiar to anybody? So at that point, that was like, I was so exhausted. I was exhausted, y'all. And my business was not growing. So I'm doing all the things, but I was not making sales. I had clients that were coming in, but it wasn't enough to move the needle, really. And so basically what happened was I was like, this is not the business. Like, this is not sustainable. But it wasn't until I realized that like this, I can't keep going like this. And I learned that if I simplify things, then I can be more focused on what really is working and put all of my attention there. That's when I started becoming more visible and getting seen rather than trying to spread myself thin. And that's when my business shot up. So if what I'm saying to you makes sense, and you know that there's other people that need to hear this, go ahead and share this out. But I want you to go ahead and get your pen, get your paper, take some notes, because as you know, sharing, first of all, sharing is caring. So share this out, but also note takers are money makers. So I want to share with you one of the big things that helped me to go from what I used to make in what it used to take me basically like a year to make. Now I make in a month or less. So I want to talk to you about what I did to get seen and to be able to grow my business like that super quick, because it all shifted for me really in a matter of months. So get your pen, get your paper, share this out. We're going to dig in here. And what I want to talk to you about, I'm going to focus on one specific thing, but if you want to hear the secret, like one of the secrets that I share only with my clients, I'm putting together like a mini training on that, on like how to get organized with your week and how to dive into some of the stuff that I'm talking about a little bit deeper into a mini training that I'm going to do. I'm giving away for free that normally I only share with my clients. So if that's something that you want, type reclaim my time in the comments and I will get that to you as soon as that is ready. So, all right. What I want to talk to you about is that in your business, you have to have a visibility vehicle. You have to have a way to be seen. But what the problem is that so many of us are trying to be seen everywhere. Like we're trying to be everywhere to everyone all the time at the same time. And that, like I was saying, is not sustainable. So the reason you need a visibility vehicle is that you need a way to build your authority and you need a way to generate leads. And that's what your visibility vehicle is for. So let's talk about authority for just a minute. So authority, you want to build your authority because you need to show people that they can trust you and show them that you know what you're doing, basically. Because number one, so many people feel like they need to expand their audience. They need to go, and what I hear so many times is people are like, well, I need to be on this other platform because I can grow my audience over there. I need to be seen by this other audience that I don't already have. And so they're like, well, I need to be over here on this other platform because that's where I think the people are that need to see me. Not realizing that where you already are people who already know you and probably already trust you and like you. And they're probably some of your ideal clients are right there, or at least the people who already know you, like you, and trust you can refer you out to people who are your ideal clients because they already see you, you're already visible to them. And if you just start talking about what you do consistently in that place to them, they'll be like, oh, so that's what she does. That's what they do. And okay, she knows what she's doing. She's got some credibility. She's building some authority. Okay, now I can trust her to share her with the people that I know. But if you're spreading yourself so thin across all of these different places and you don't have time because it's just you in the beginning, and you're trying to sprinkle a little bit here and sprinkle a little bit here and sprinkle a little bit here and sprinkle a little bit there, you don't have enough of you to sprinkle in all of these places where it's going to make an impact, where people are going to be like, oh, I get it. If you're just sprinkling a little bit here and a little bit there, you're not doing enough to build your authority. But it's just like if you had like I am missing sweets right now because I'm doing 75 hard. So the first thing that came to my mind was sprinkles on a cake. So I was thinking about like if you had like the colorful sprinkles and you had like because I have a really bad sweet tooth, y'all. So I was thinking about like if you had a handful of sprinkles and you had to sprinkle them across like the 24 pack of cupcakes like that you get for birthday parties. So if you had just a handful of sprinkles and you had to sprinkle them over all 24 cupcakes, it's not, people are just going to get a little taste. They're just going to get a little taste of sprinkles. However, if you had like 2 or 3 cupcakes with that same handful of sprinkles, you can like give all kind of love to those 2 or 3 cupcakes, and people are going to get their cupcake and be like, ooh, I got a good cupcake. I got a good taste of those sprinkles, right? So you don't want to spread yourself too thin. Sorry about my analogy, y'all. Y'all can tell I'm like not getting sugar in my life right now. I'm doing keto. Okay. So you don't want to spread yourself too thin. What I want to tell you is you need to have a simplified, focused marketing strategy that helps you build your authority, but also, in addition to building your authority, helps you to generate leads. So when you're generating leads are the lifeblood of your business. Leads lead to sales. And this is the thing that so many people forget about. They forget that it's not just about you building brand awareness or getting seen or, getting engagement. All those things are great, but they don't put money in the bank. So if you've got this big goal of, I want to build a 6-figure business, you aren't going to get there just with some likes, right? Or some followers. That does not matter if you're not getting people who are raising their hand to say, if they're not signaling to you that they're interested and that they're an ideal client that could potentially buy from you, because leads lead to sales. So what is a lead? A lead is somebody who is signaling to you that they're interested. They're interested in potentially buying from you. They're interested in learning more about what it is that you have to offer. Now, let's talk about offer. So many people are afraid to offer something. They're like, well, I have to keep giving. I have to keep giving first. So you post quotes and you post tips and you post, here's what I ate for lunch. But those things are not generating leads for you. You've got to post things that are going to entice people to say, hey, I'm interested in what you have to offer and what it is that you do. Those are the things that are going to generate people's interest to tell you, hey, I want to learn more. Okay. So most people are wasting time on the wrong things and then trying to get seen in too many places. And so what that results is they don't have a clear strategy. If you don't have a clear strategy, it's kind of like being out in the wind with a blindfold on and you're trying to get to a destination and you don't have a GPS. And then you don't have a clear message. So if you don't know what your messaging is, so that you are speaking the right language to the people you're trying to attract. So the leads that you're trying to generate, then people aren't going to know where to go. And that was one of the things that I was struggling with for a while too, was I wasn't clear on what my messaging was. If you're not leading them somewhere, like leading them to your offer, leading them, whether it's a free offer or a paid offer, you don't have a path for them to follow that leads to a sale. It has to lead them somewhere. Then you're not ever going to get to the sale, which is where you need to go to get the revenue in order to hit whatever your goal is. So you need to be leading to a sale or an offer, and make sure that that offer, the numbers work for you to get to your goal. So if you don't, so I talked about this in last week's live. So if you missed that, go back and watch that. But you have to make sure that your numbers work. So if your offer is priced at $49 or $99 and you're trying to get to 100,000 for the year, but you have an audience that's only, 100 people or less on your email list, or you have a small following on your social media, those numbers probably aren't going to work. Okay. So if you're doing all of those things, if you're spread out everywhere, if you don't have a clear strategy and messaging, and you're not leading them somewhere that's going to result in a sale, you're going to end up getting burnt out and frustrated, which is exactly what was happening to me until I got those things in place. And until I simplified everything down, including what my marketing strategy was and how I was generating leads, and even like how I was setting up my week, which is one of the things that I share with you in the mini training that I'm offering to you guys for free. If you are interested, type "reclaim my time" in the comments. It's the strategy that I use to help grow my business to 6 figures, and set up my marketing in a way that wasn't overwhelming to me and gave me back my time to Netflix, time to spend with my family. And in my days, whenever I wanted to, once I, got in, did the things I needed to for my business, and then could chill for the rest of the day. So if you're interested in getting that for free, just type in "reclaim my time" in the comments. And as soon as I finish that mini training, I will let you know when it's ready and you can have access to it. So if you have a goal of getting to 6 figures, these are the things that you've got to have in place. These are the things that I didn't have in place for a long time, and it was causing me to be burnt out and be overwhelmed. And it feels really good to hit that goal now, but I've got much bigger goals now. And the thing is, like, so many of you I know want to get there, but let me just tell you, only 6% of businesses make it to 6 figures. A lot of times we look around and we see all of these businesses and they look like they are doing so great, but only 6% are there. And I want you to get there too. So if you don't have a strategy to get there, if you don't have your messaging in place, if you don't have a strategy, if you don't have your offers together, if you don't know how to set up your marketing where they're generating leads for you, if you aren't clear on your brand, then let's talk. Just book a call with me, and we can get that together. So if you want to book a call, just go to bit.ly/call with Nikki, and we can set up some time to talk about how what your goals are and how we can get that in place for you. So that's what I have for you today. Again, if you want that that free mini training that walks you through the secret that has helped me to organize my week and help me to generate leads with my marketing without the overwhelm and get me to 6 figures, type "reclaim my time" in the comments, and I will make sure that you get that as soon as the mini training is complete. But, and if you want to set up some time to talk to me, to have a free call with me, go to bit.ly/call with Nikki. Okay. Have an amazing week and weekend. The weather here is gorgeous. I can't even take it. We went out earlier today and got out in the sun, and I can't wait to enjoy some more of it over the next few days. Have an amazing week. Talk to you guys later.